So we'll begin our discussion today on mutual funds. So before going into the detailed discussion, let us first understand what is a mutual funds. So everybody would have heard this term mutual funds because it is a very nowadays popular form of investment. Mutual funds. In advertisements also you come to know that there is a various advertisements running today creating awareness about mutual funds. So what is basically mutual funds? Let us understand. Mutual fund is nothing but an intermediary that pools money from number of investors and invest the same in variety of financial instruments. So mutual fund is nothing but they are an intermediary. They are the you can say intermediary who will collect money from lot of investors and on behalf of investor they will invest that money in various sectors. So that is the concept of mutual funds. There it is a pooling of funds and investing on behalf of investors. Okay, so how mutual fund will function? Let us understand. How mutual fund will function? See, mutual fund is an organization you can say. Like there are various mutual funds today, like ICICI mutual fund is there, HDFC mutual fund is there. What they will do? They will pool money from lot of investors. Okay, so number of investors will be there. Investor one, investor two, three, four investors. Many investors will be there. Investors will do. Investor will invest in this mutual fund schemes. Okay, so for example, if we will take an example of ICICI mutual funds, it will be having many schemes. Okay, mutual funds will have many schemes. So as an investor you can select the scheme which you require, okay, according to your risk appetite, according to your investment goal horizon, whether you want to do it for long term or medium term or short term, etc. You can select the scheme which you want. So mutual funds will be having number of schemes. Okay, as an investor you have to select the appropriate scheme for yourself and you will invest in that scheme, means you will give the money to the mutual funds. Okay, now what mutual funds will do? Mutual funds will be having professionally qualified persons who are known as fund managers, who will be managing the schemes. They are known as fund managers. Now what these fund managers will do, they will invest this money in the scheme in some securities, shares, debentures, etc. Okay, this is the concept of mutual funds. Securities like shares, debentures, bonds, etc. on behalf of the investors. Okay, now fund managers will invest in the security, so mutual fund will get the income from this security and they will pass on to the investors. And what investors will get, they will get units. Okay, if you are investing in mutual funds you will get units, which is known as mutual fund units. Okay, so this is how the mutual fund will function. So number of investors will be there, they will be investing in some particular scheme and that scheme will be managed by a fund manager. Fund manager will make investment of this money which is received by the mutual fund in various securities, and the income which the mutual fund is earning, that will be passed on to the investors An investor will be getting units, which is known as mutual fund units. Okay, so this is how you can invest in mutual funds. You can either make a lump sum investment, that is one time investment in mutual fund. Suppose you make an investment of 50,000, for example, lump sum, one time investment you are making in a mutual fund. So this 50,000 you will give to the mutual fund, and in return they will allot you units. How this units is allotted, that we will see later on. So they will allot you X number of units. Okay. Then one time investment you have made, so you can keep that investment with you. So later on when market value keeps on changing, suppose this 50,000 would have become 70,000 based on the market value, because your money will be invested. So based on the market value, this 50,000 will keep on changing. So suppose you require money, so you can log into your account, mutual fund. They will give you login ID and password, and you can see your account. So if you feel that 50,000 has become 70,000, so now you can redeem this unit. Redeem entire redemption also you can do. You can do partial redemption also. So if you do, for example, full redemption, then you will be getting 70,000 in place of 50,000. So 20,000 you can say is your capital gain. So this is the advantage of mutual funds. This is an example of we have taken lump sum investment. There is another type of investment also which you can keep, which is known as systematic investment plan, which is known as SIP, systematic investment plan, in which every month you will have to make some small amount investment. Okay, like 500 rupees every month you are doing, or 1000 rupees every month you are giving, investing in the mutual funds. So every month you will be getting units. Units will be added to your account. Okay. Similarly, when you require funds, you can redeem the SIP also. Either you can do partial redemption or you can do full redemption also, depending upon the lock-in period applicable. Okay. Okay, so now as we have seen that here we have taken a case of increase in market value. There can be reduction in market value also. Okay, suppose 50,000 may become 40,000 also. At that time, you should not redeem because you will be incurring losses. You should only redeem when there is a profit. Okay, because this market value will keep on changing. Sometimes it will be reducing, sometimes it will be increasing. So you have to plan accordingly when you have to redeem. Normally, you will redeem when there is a profit. No, so when market value is on a higher side, you can redeem it and get the capital gains. Okay, so now mutual funds also make investment in shares, debentures, bonds also. Now, mutual fund is an alternative investment actually you can say, because mutual funds also make investment in the securities market only, and you can directly deal in shares also without going through a mutual fund. If you are having a demat account, okay, through a broking firm, then you can directly buy and sell shares. But what is the difference between directly purchasing trading in shares and through mutual fund is that in mutual fund investment will be made by a fund managers. Okay, they are highly professionally qualified persons, so they will make the investment in proper securities so that there is no loss to the investors. So if you are directly dealing in the share market, you will have to do the analysis properly, when to invest, when to sell, etc. So this is an advantage of mutual fund is that your fund will be safely managed by this fund managers who will properly invest in the proper securities depending upon the scheme. Okay. So one of the most important advantages that it is managed by fund managers. So you need not worry about which share you have to invest, etc. You have to just give the money to the mutual funds. They will take care of your money, and they will see that investor will always be earning a profit on their investment. So this is how the concept of mutual fund will function. See, so now we have understood what is mutual fund. Mutual fund is an organization, you can say, that collects pools money from large number of investors and invests in different securities on behalf of the investor. And the income which is earned through this investment is shared with the investors, or you can say unit holders. Unit holders means investor of a mutual fund. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of mutual fund that we have seen? Because investors, as an individual, they will lack time, inclination, and skill to manage their own investment. Just now we have understood. Now, either you can trade directly in the stock market, okay, or you can go through a mutual fund. If you go directly for trading in stock market, then you will have to do all the analysis, fundamental analysis, etc., and properly invest. But if you are going through a mutual fund, it is managed by a fund managers who are highly experienced professional. So they will make the proper investment on your behalf. So that is one of the most advantage of mutual fund, is that investors can avoid this difficulty of making analysis, etc., individually, and they can invest in mutual fund and they can relax, because fund managers will take care of all their investment, etc., and they will see that their unit holders money is protected. So this is one of the advantage of mutual funds. Very important is that mutual funds are trust. Okay, so mutual fund is established in form of a trust only. So mutual funds are trust form of organization. So as per the SEBI guidelines, Securities Exchange Board of India regulation, mutual fund means fund established in form of a trust. Okay, to raise the money through sale of units to public under one or more schemes. Very important. Every mutual fund, if you will see, will be having number of schemes. So as an investor, only one thing you should do, you should select the proper scheme which is appropriate to your investment needs. Okay, some scheme may be fully equity, some scheme may be investing only in debt instruments. So accordingly, you have to select which is more appropriate to you and accordingly make the investment. Okay. So what are the some of the characteristic of mutual funds? See, mutual fund is pooling of resources from various investors, and investor will get units on behalf of their investment. Okay, and mutual fund invest in various sectors. Okay, that is, you can call it a sectoral funds. So suppose one scheme will invest in one sector. Suppose one scheme is there which says that it will invest in real estate sector. So as an investor, you will come to know that if you are investing in that scheme, your money will be invested in the real estate businesses by the mutual fund. Okay, so everything will be very much transparent. They will give you the scheme document before you invest, so you can read that properly and then make investment. Okay, suppose you are not very much interested in making investment in real estate sector, so you can select a different scheme. Okay, so like that you can properly read all the schemes and then you can make the investment. Suppose if you are a very much risk appetite person, you want to take risk, so you can invest in fully equity schemes, those schemes which will make only investment in equity shares of companies. Okay, you are a very risk loving person, you can say, so you will invest in equity scheme. Another person may be there who is risk averse, means that person does not want to take risk. So for such person, they can invest in debt securities scheme. which will make only in debt instruments like debentures, bond, etc., which is less risky compared to the equity. Okay, so if you are a risk-loving person, then you can select the equity schemes. If you are a risk-averse person, you can select the debt schemes. Okay, likewise, mutual funds provide number of schemes, so you can read properly and select those schemes which is more suitable to you. That's why we can say mutual fund reduce the risk. Mutual fund reduce the risk. Okay, units issued to investor and according to the amount of money invested. That we will see how units are calculated. So this is very important. Investors of mutual fund are called unit holders. So if you will make investment in mutual fund, you will be called as an unit holder. Okay. Profit and loss will be shared by the investors. Mutual fund will be having different schemes. Very next important point, it is required to register with SEBI. So mutual fund should be registered with SEBI. Very important. So amount which in mutual fund is collecting will be invested in various securities, equity, debts, bonds, debentures, etc. on behalf of the investors. It is professionally managed by fund managers. Okay, investment is made in shares, debentures, etc., which we have already discussed. Okay, so these are some of the features of a mutual fund. See, this point is important, which we have already discussed. An investor, as an investor, you have to choose the appropriate mutual fund in which you want to invest. Mutual fund will give you everything transparently. Only thing is that you should read the document properly and then make the investment. Even mutual fund will disclose the name of the fund managers also who is managing that scheme. Name of that fund manager will also be given in that scheme. Okay, XYZ is the person who will be looking after this scheme. Okay, so and their qualification, eligibility, experience, etc., all will be disclosed. So it is a very transparent form of investment, you can say. And moreover, very important is that mutual funds are registered with SEBI, which adds one more feature to the security of the mutual funds. See, these are the classification of mutual funds, how mutual funds are classified. So, main classification is open-ended funds and close-ended schemes. So, in open-ended scheme, if you are making investment, there is no maturity period is there. It will be always be open. Whenever you want, you can buy and sell the units. Okay, so it will be on continuous basis. So open-ended schemes are always open for buying and selling on a continuous basis. Close-ended scheme will be having a fixed maturity period. Okay, it will be open for some particular number of days and then it will be having a fixed maturity period. Such type is known as close-ended schemes. And open-ended schemes means it will be functioning on a continuous basis. Then there are various other types of schemes like balanced funds. Balanced funds are those funds which will make investment in equity and debt also, which is a medium risky funds, you can say. Balanced funds are medium risk because they will take proper care of equity, which is risk, and debt, which is less risky. So there will be proper combination between equity and debt. So such type of funds are known as balanced funds. Tax saving funds means if you invest in those schemes, you will get benefit under income tax. Okay, so if you are a high taxpayer, etc., you can opt for this scheme, that is tax saving scheme. Okay, Then growth funds are there, in which there will be no dividend will not be paid, but the return will be in again reinvested. Such type of funds are known as growth funds. Okay, so these are all just classification only, and we will not go into much detail. Very important is that SIP. This is nowadays very popular. As a student, also you can start investing in SIP, which is known as a systematic investment plan. Okay, you can start investing 5,000 rupees per month every month, and you can start a SIP with any of the mutual funds. This is nowadays a very popular form of investments. Okay, so because you can invest a small amount. Now every month there will be regular investment also, and whenever you want or there is an increase in market price, etc., you can redeem that units and earn a profit also. Capital gain, you can say. So SIP means systematic investment plan, which is nowadays a very popular form of investment. Instead of making lump sum investment, you can make a regular, a recurring investment every month. If you invest or you take a SIP scheme. Okay, here they have given a list of some top mutual funds like IDFC, ING dividend yield. These are all the mutual funds offered by different companies. Very important thing which we will start discussing in the next class is the net asset value. This is a very important concept from our examination point of view. Net asset value. What is a net asset value, and what is the purpose of calculating net asset value? Suppose if you, just a brief discussion we will have today, and detailed discussion we will have in the next class. So net asset value means, suppose if I made investment in some mutual funds, we will get units. Okay. Now suppose if you get units, now how we will come to know that your mutual fund has performed or not performed? Okay, you are invested in mutual funds. Suppose you got 1,000 units against your investment. So 50,000 rupees you have invested lump sum, and you got a 1,000 units against your investment. Okay, now after 2 years, if you want to check the value of this investment, how much it has become, that we can calculate using a concept which is known as net asset value. What is the performance of your mutual fund? Okay, whether mutual fund has performed or not performed, that we can calculate by comparing the opening NAV, that is what is the net asset value on the day you are making investment, and closing NAV. What is the NAV on the closing date? If we'll compare the opening NAV and closing NAV, we will come to know whether the mutual fund has earned profit or it has suffered loss. So this is a very important concept for analyzing the performance of the mutual fund. Okay, suppose opening NAV was 10 rupees and closing NAV is 15 rupees. So we say that there is increase of 5 per mutual fund. So there is a positive NAV, which means there is a gain on the mutual fund. Okay, how to calculate this NAV, that we will see in the next class only. So for today we will be stopping our discussion here.